welcome back to the Rugby Connection podcast. A lot happened this week. I'm wearing a Bucker hat. Murray's wearing a green Munster jersey.
Wow, don't have a red one.
Yeah, not much else to say, really. How have you been, Murray?
The weirdest intro we've ever
Thank you
done.
guys so much for watching. Follow us on
Thank you for the support, actually. There you go. Spotify Rap came out and yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby.
Spotify, aren't we? But it's not too shabby at all. But
19 countries we get listened to.
we do. Going global, as always.
But we'll bring it back to the rugby world right now.
Let's call it global. Sounds better.
Yeah, fair.
I like that tag. But yeah, no, rugby happened. We had obviously Premiership. Premiership's a bit heated this weekend. We had a few upsets, few shock results. URC
did its thing.
It felt like we had a few good games, but a lot of them felt like a bit of dead ringers, especially for me. And then of course the sevens have returned. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a Bucker hat, I'm in that sevens mood.
Easy.
Yeah.
You want to start with the sevens because I've actually just noticed you've got a Springbok Sevens jersey, which
I do have the Blitzbox jersey on. Let's start with the sevens because I actually tuned in because the URC was depressing me this weekend, so I did tune in to watch bits of the sevens here and there. Watched all the playoffs for the men's and the women's, and I watched a few games here and there when I felt like tuning in. But let's have a look. So Saturday kickoff. Obviously, men's, women's sevens went on Dubai. I don't know. I'm on a tangent. My phone wasn't on the right.
Are we not just going to say that you are the king of the desert?
I just want to talk a bit through the sevens in general because the sevens has obviously got a new roadmap. I suppose you can say. We've got what haven't we got anymore? We've got no more London sevens.
No more London. No more Paris. I don't think.
Is Paris?
Which is funny because Paris has got the Olympic one. So
yeah. But anyway, a lot of people are torn on it. I know Harv, is not happy about the new sevens. But one thing, my favorite city to play sevens in is Dubai because do you know what? The Kings of the Desert, the Blitzbox, have now won the Dubai Sevens 5 times in a row, equaling only Fiji, who have done it 5 times in a row in Hong Kong, I believe.
Special group.
And have now equaled the All Blacks in terms of amount of titles won in one city.
Yeah. Ironically, New Zealand is Cape Town, which is I think is
ironic. And funnily enough, we don't traditionally do that well in Cape Town.
Great.
I think it's because we're still drunk from winning in Dubai.
You know what annoys me about the sevens final between Argentina and South Africa? By the way, shout out to us for getting that right. Argentina didn't contest for basically the decisive line out.
No.
They just stood and looked at you as like, okay, cool.
I was watching that game because for a lot of that game, I mean, we went a man down with a yellow card. Who was it that got yellow carded? Was it Oosterhuizen or I think it was Oosterhuizen. Yeah. And obviously sevens, I feel like a yellow card is far more impactful than in 15s because it just leaves that much more of a gap on the field. And obviously Argentina, they did capitalize, they did get a try on the board, but I will say our control throughout that game was very good. But yeah, that I really thought because Argentina are a physical team. If there's one team that can match the Blitzbox in physicality, it'd be that Argentinian team, and they didn't.
It was really like hats off to you. Well done. You'll love it in Dubai, but yeah, just Argentina. Wait, what are you doing? It's fine.
It was a tense one at the end, but very happy that our boys ended up getting the win.
And I'm very happy that I called the winners for the women. Queens of the Desert.
My favourite group of women in the world is the Australian national sevens team. For no reason in particular. I just fancy the majority of them. But the Aussie ladies took on the Kiwis. What a rivalry that is. The Kiwis in the final, and they do it again. It's becoming a habit for these girls. They're such a good team.
Oh, and Dubai. I mean, can we just again spotlight on us on RCP because our girls did it. Our girls did it.
Yeah,
Maddie Levi, Tegan Levi,
the
Tegan getting
Levi
player of
sisters ran that game. We had
and Tegan getting player of the final.
two
That is
yeah two
class.
tries for Tegan. Maddie gets a try at the end.
Yeah, but Maddie also got 7 tries in day one.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Absolute unreal. They will come back soon. I have spoke to them. They're just trying to get us into the schedule, which you know what, fair.
That's
That's
fair
very
enough.
different.
I mean, there's winning the sevens, and then there's like just under it is appearing in RCP, just like
Just
just. But no, it's yeah. I
you
hope I,
want to?
I hope you let me. I hope you let me on the episode when the Levi sisters are on because
I don't know.
like I said, I do quite fancy them. Hi
I'm,
Maddie, hi Tegan.
I'm, fair play for taking your shot. Anyway, before we go into the 15 side, do you want to predict Cape Town because we're back into your country?
Oh, Cape Town. It's not a happy hunting ground for the home team in recent years.
I don't get why you don't do well there.
Neither do I. It's a tough one because I feel like we're just still celebrating from the win before because we always win in Dubai before, and then we go to Cape Town and then it all falls apart. But who won in Cape Town last time? Was it Ireland?
God, now you're asking.
It was either the Irish or the All Blacks, I believe.
I want to say All Blacks just because of history.
I feel like it might have been because the All Blacks have a very good track record in Cape Town. Oh, it's a tough one. There's a lot of teams on good form. For the men's, I could see obviously Argentina are right up there, because they are an amazing team. Just can we just quickly mention that semi-final against the All Blacks, Argentina? What a comeback they made in that semi-final. Obviously the All Blacks, happy hunting ground for them. I'm not writing off my blitz box. I feel like we can break tradition and finally get the title at home. But I'd say personally it's between obviously my blitz box as a biased choice, but then obviously All Blacks and Argentina, Los Pumas.
I'll go for the All Blacks, or I'm gonna go for Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji got battered by Team GB, which I didn't expect.
I didn't expect Team GB frustrates me because the talent we've got is fantastic, and then I think the girls got beat 21-0 by Japan, and I'm pardon.
Yeah, how's that happening? How's that happening?
Anyway,
For the ladies,
ladies, Australia's. I'm going Australia.
yeah, it's Australia's right up there. They called the Black Ferns in sevens as well? I'm assuming they are since the men's are called the All Blacks as well.
Yeah, Black
We're
Fern
calling them
Seven.
the Black Fern sevens. The Kiwi ladies are also right up there. I could see them getting it done.
Fair.
Yeah, the Aussie ladies.
There you go. On to the 15s. We're back into the 15s now.
We'll start with, in my opinion, what was the more exciting competition this weekend, which was the Premiership. I'm enjoying the Premiership this year. I am enjoying the Premiership this year. Part of me is enjoying the Premiership a little bit more, mainly because I think I have a team that I'm following now, like following, which is Leicester Tigers.
Obviously, just remember when Cam first joined RCP, he didn't watch Prem.
I didn't watch Prem. I was a bit of a Prem. I wouldn't say I was a Prem virgin, but I knew of the Prem and I tuned into a little few results here and there. But in terms of keeping track of the Prem, I have to keep track of the Prem, else Murray will shout at me when it comes to recording because I don't know anything.
As only because I used to get shouted out for not following top 14 when we first started.
We said we were going to follow the top. I have been following the top 14, not watching the games, but I've been following the highlights and the scores. And the table is very interesting in the top 14 right now.
I see the results and I see the table and I see
very interesting right now. If you look at the table now compared to last season at the same time. Very different table, which is. But anyway, Premiership.
Yeah.
On the Friday, Quins versus Sharks. Oh my God! Did the Harlequins find their form? Did Marcus Smith
Love
find
it.
his 36-3? The only points coming from a George Ford penalty for the Sharks. Yeah, the South beats the North in this one, I think.
Got a bit physical. I mean, they broke one of the advertisement boards.
Yeah.
Calm down, boys. Calm down. But hey, good game. And Quinn's back to the best. Love that. And
Twins
then
back to their best, and like I said, Marcus Smith seeming like getting back close to his best because that boy was everywhere in that game. We'll move on to the Saturday. We had three games of the Saturday. Bristol. This was a shock result because I predicted Gloucester to go fourth, and Murray is the one time, or when he says you just can't back Bristol anymore because they keep losing. They do Gloucester a solid 51-26, absolutely demolishing them.
how good is Veremi Vakatawa?
Disgustingly good. And I think I said it last week. He shouldn't be allowed because that man is like a bus.
Like a butt that can grubber kick beautifully on a
a
down
bus, a
to
bus
match
with
me on.
wheels.
It's
But yeah,
walking.
big win for Bristol. I mean, it doesn't do much for them in terms of the table. It pushes them. Does it push them up to eighth? Yeah, it does. Or yeah, I
Just,
think
yes, just, but
just up into eighth. Um, I'll let you talk
yeah.
about this next one. Bath versus Exeter.
Uh,
Wowzers. How good are Bath?
you know what? I said it as a Chiefs fan, it sucks.
Mm.
As a rugby fan, how good are Bath? It is
How good
fantastic
are
to see such a historical club back to where they should be. I'm not even going to talk about Finn Russell. Obviously, Finn Russell, fantastic as always, as he's proven this season. But Alfie Barbary, if you have any qualms of who's the next number 8 for England, that's your answer.
Mm.
He is fantastic. Bear in mind, he used to play hooker, and he was kind of lost in the shuffle. Goes to Bath, becomes a back row. Well, played briefly back row at like the tail end of Wasps. Came to Bath, and he is just absolutely smashing it out of the park. Elusive, dynamic ball runner, hard to stop when he's at full stride. Yeah,
Do you know what I genuinely think? Because obviously Bath was one of the clubs where a lot of sort of exiles from Worcester and Wasps and whatnot went to after the clubs went under. I genuinely feel like those clubs going under in some way have brought out the best in these players because they almost feel like this is their second chance and their last shot. And my God, is it working for Bath because they are currently second on the table, just below Sale.
there's so many players to praise. Cam Redpath this weekend was fantastic. It was almost like he was
That
playing it.
combination, that centre combination, and
It
then
was,
you slot Finn Russell in at 10, deadly.
what's mental, Ollie Lawrence wasn't even playing.
Nope.
Don't need him. But again, I'm not even. This is rare for me. Looking into an England squad going forward, Joe Singer back to
I was
his
going to say,
absolute just trailblazing,
and
just
especially
leaving
when
bodies.
you've got stars like Orendale who have gone off to France, looking inwards now to your own domestic competition. Singer is putting his hand up for that England selection in terms of getting himself cemented in that position where, as in the past, he's sort of been a floater. He's sort of been here and there, then he gets dropped, then he comes back. I could see the Six Nations being a big opportunity for a lot of these younger boys in the
Absolutely.
Premiership.
Absolutely. I mean, back up to Scotland, obviously that dynamic now of Finn and Cam, not you, Cam, Redpath. Sorry.
I think me and Finn would play quite well together.
I think anyone with
I
Finn
think
with
Finn
Finn,
Russell would make anyone a good rugby player.
just listen to
Um,
what he says and just don't do anything
but I
else.
mean, could you see the likes of Huey Pilotu being under threat from the likes of a Cam Redpath's form in
Well, Hugh Jones is injured.
he is.
He might be back for 1872. I'm not entirely sure. But
But
hey,
could you see
when
maybe a second centre pairing of maybe
a
a
red
Redpath and old Chrissy boy?
red path to Lotto, there you go.
Redpath a lot too?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, could be.
I'm
Anyway,
not, I'm not against it, but yeah,
let's
Bath,
jump on.
high regards. XR just wasn't to be, and
It's a
it,
tough one. You got the win
it
last week.
happens. It happens.
A game I want to talk about because I want to praise Northampton. My
Go
God.
in, Saints, go marching in.
Um, I'll tell you what, and I'll just mention him. One young player, I think, what he must only be, what, 21 now? Little Finn Smith.
Finn Smith. Oh my God, he is such a talent. And
I
again,
mean,
like what you said with Worcester and all that,
yeah, I was
you
gonna say we talk about players who got kicked out after clubs went down, and Finn Smith obviously went straight to Saints. Wow, has he taken this opportunity? He went straight. I feel like he pretty much almost went straight into that starting position.
straight and took over from Dan Bigger at some
He
point as
did.
well. Yeah.
I
I
think
actually think
he
I want
forced
to.
Sam Bigger to go to
I was
Blendwell.
going to say I like to think that Finn Smith sent Bigger packing early.
He's a very, very good player. And I mean, there is he's not capped for anyone at the moment.
Nope,
Um
only a few places that you could go.
he could go Scotland, he could go England. Where's he
We
gonna
have
go?
we
Yeah.
have Finn squared. I think
Do you
he would go.
think maybe potentially with the absence of an Owen Farrell in the Six Nations, do you think maybe could be seeing a potential call up because you've got Ford, you've got Smith? Do you maybe think maybe a Finn Smith?
Yeah, I think Finn Smith would be a solid. I don't like the term third choice because nobody's really third join. Like it's up to the coaches what how the players react in training
Oh no,
camp.
but I think even like just 20 minutes in the end of a game against like an Italy or a Wales or a would do
Oh,
him.
Wales is it that bad now? Is it? But
uh,
no, Ben Smith would be a fantastic option, and I don't actually right now that I don't care who caps him. Just get up like
I mean,
cap.
you're spoiled for choice at fly off at the moment. You've got old Ben Healy, you've got Finn Russell, you've got Blair who can slot in as well.
Got Adam Hastings floating around somewhere.
Yeah, you've got Adam
Adam Hastings
Hastings
in a
who
while.
he's been in the cupboard for a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Just adds depth. But yeah, Northampton getting the win over Saracens just
It's always good
uh,
to see Saracens lose, isn't it? It's just satisfying. Really satisfying. And I'm glad the Saints did it because the Saints have that sort of they have that small because Northampton it's a small town more
there's a,
so. It's a
yeah.
small town. It's a small town team. It feels the club feels like a little community team.
Mhm.
And to seeing them beat the big bads that are Saracens and a bit of redemption for them after that semi final last season. But yeah, and then the final game, Leicester Tigers versus Newcastle Falcons, 47-3 emphatic victory for the Tigers, massive win. Leicester are looking right up for it this season. And they're starting to sort of bring their form back in. They're a bit inconsistent earlier on. They're climbing the ranks now. But again, I say it every single week. Andre Pollard is the best flyer from the world. Jasper Wiese is one of the best eights in the world. Tommy Reffel, what a player he is! And
All good nitty gritty stuff.
If Wales don't, I mean, he gets a hat trick,
Yep. Yeah.
and if Wales don't think, should we maybe start giving this guy a proper shot at that consistent starting jersey? The guy scoring hat tricks in the Premiership for fun, and
Just
he
saying you've lost Tipperick. You're gonna have to start coming.
exactly. You've got the likes. Imagine you've got the likes of a Jack Morgan and a Tommy Reffell, and then maybe the likes of a Falatau for a bit. I don't think he'll be around for too much longer. But then you could have like an Aaron Wainwright. Imagine a Wainwright, a Morgan, and a Reffell as your back row. That is a nitty gritty back row, and I feel like that's like a good old classic Welsh back row. just
Proper
knit,
Welsh back row. Yeah.
proper Welsh back row, and also a captain who can kick 50-22s.
Yeah, he takes a piss, doesn't he,
He
Jemma?
does, but very, very good performance from Tommy Reffell. Ollie Hassel-Collins, again, be his hand up for that sort of England jersey.
And
In
another
the
one that was exiled.
Yeah, another exile from the Premiership club dying. And Mike Brown gets a try. Bit of a
He is like a fine wine. He is.
He's like a fine wine,
I was never a big Mike Brown fan, but I can appreciate what he did.
but he,
And
I mean, Christ, he was playing for England, playing for England, and then he went missing. You seen him in the Premiership, and then he just went bye bye altogether, and then out of nowhere resurrected at Leicester Tigers, and
Brown is 38 and he's still turning it up.
he's still tearing it up. He gets a try in overtime, but yeah,
Yeah,
enjoyable to watch. I enjoyed the
wonderful.
Premiership this weekend.
Good.
Let's go on to some prediction. Actually, no,
No, no,
we
no.
don't have Premiership. We have to cover the URC first because we got Europe next week. I
You
can't wait.
forgot you forgot the PWR. There was actually only two games because Trailblazers get a bye and Sale versus Exeter got postponed because of a frozen pitch. We're in the winter time now.
Just
Here we go.
play. They were playing in snow in the top 14. Who was it? Bordeaux versus someone. I
Oh,
just seen
what's annoying is
Penot's tearing up for Bordeaux at the moment.
it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, but what was annoying was the Chiefs girls were actually at Sale. Like they got there, they were on the pitch. I got told no, it's frozen. No,
You know what?
but
And I'll say this because up obviously I live over in West Wales. We had a bit of snow on the weekend. We've had a bit of frozen pitches, and a lot of the local football teams, a lot of the local rugby teams, all their matches are getting postponed. I'm like, come on, boys, man up, play the game.
I don't know. I played once on a frozen pitch and it did hurt when I got.
All I know, but a few cuts and bruises, good. You tell your kids
Oh no,
about it.
that was the last game before I retired. So,
Well,
we'll see.
there we go. Good memories for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, PWR, Bristol versus Gloucester. That was a nitty gritty game.
Wait, oh yeah, oh damn, three games. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
I missed one the way I had it. But yeah, Gloucester 12-0 for the champs.
very nitty gritty
Or
game.
tight, but we like it. Not tight was Saracens Quins. 31-0. But I want to give shout out to friend of the show, Jade Conkle Roberts. She is just not having any luck right now when it comes to injuries. This is number 3 required surgery, but hey, she's smashed 2. She'll be back again. She always does.
Loughborough.
Loughborough Lightning get a big win over Leicester Tigers.
Finally, I mean, you said it last week that they have so much talent, so much international talent, but they can't seem to get a win. Well, there we are, Murray. They won.
It's almost like Loughborough, Bristol Bears. Oh, that. Listen to what I say.
No, they just want to prove you wrong. They're just like, fuck Murray. What does he know?
But PWR is back next week. We do have some predictions.
Yeah.
Saracens get by next week, so yeehaw.
Watch them win again.
No thumpings next week. Gloucester Hartbury hosting Sale.
Defending champs, aren't they? They're playing at home. You can't look past them.
Yeah, I'm the same. Gloucester Hartbury for the win. The battle of Murray's talk shit, basically. Loughborough Lightning versus Bristol Bears.
Loughborough at home. Bristol are a good team.
The women's side are special. They are
Bristol are a very good team. I'm gonna have to back Bristol for this one.
Just to make it interesting, I'll go Loughborough. Just to make it interesting.
Your ladies versus the Quins. This feels like a derby to me because of the RCP.
But me and Harv, yeah.
You and Harv.
It is a juicy fixture. But hey, back to your team. Let's go, girls.
Yeah, I'll back your team as well. The Chiefs ladies have been looking pretty ever present this season so far.
I'm excited about this game.
Ealing versus Leicester.
Both new ones. Both looking for that first win.
I got to back Leicester. If I support the men's team, I got to back the ladies.
There you go. The logic always works.
I got it. I will say I'm not. I don't avidly follow the women's Premiership as much as I do the men's, but I'll back Leicester. I'll back them.
Leicester have been shown a bit more.
Bit more oomph to them. Bit more oomph to them.
Yeah. So we'll go. Yeah, we'll go the Tigers. And it's now. Well, it's not even your favorite time this week because
I don't want to do it. I don't particularly want to do it. I mean,
do you want me to do it? I'll just rattle through it. I'll do it. We'll crack through it.
we're gonna have to talk about a few of the games, and I'm gonna have to talk about a certain game. But
It's fine. Well, I'll cushion the blow for you. Don't worry.
okay.
URC this week had some absolute bangers, had some shit shows, and had some meh. That's the best way I can put it. But starting on Friday, current defending champions versus the league leaders,
This
Munster
was a good
Glasgow,
game.
40-29. Again, more RCP shout out. Shout out to our boys, Alex Duncanville, get his first try for Munster, and the Flying Bull has arrived in Munster, in his homeland. Ole Jaeger getting his Munster debut. Oh my God. I did not expect. I backed Glasgow. I didn't expect Munster to do it the way they did.
The thing is, it felt to me like it was a game of two halves in my opinion. Munster absolutely blowing Glasgow out the water in that first half. Just absolutely bam, 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 bam. 27 minutes, friend of the show, Sione Vailanu gets a try on the board for the Warriors. But you just can't look past and you're thinking, Christ, this is going to be a battering. And Glasgow have been looking very good this season, so this is scary to watch. But then that guy again, Johnny Matthews, goes over. He's just what's that now? His
eight tries. I think he's got more tries than there has been fixtures.
Disgusting. Another friend of the show, Alex Nankerville, brings it back for Munster.
By the way, for a centre that usually goes like for a step and like a little goose and then try, just rams right through them.
He just runs through people now. Yeah, he's in the URC now.
I do need to question him. He does this every time he scores. He does this like a shark fin. I need to know what that means.
I think it's because he's secretly saying that one day he's going to sign for the Sharks.
No.
And yeah. Anyways, but I tell you what, the second half, Glasgow, their set piece and especially their driving maul causing Munster a lot of problems, and that's what really brought them back into the game. Besides I feel like if we don't get that Nankerville try and we definitely don't get that Hodnett try into sort of 60, what was it, 65 minutes, Glasgow I feel like could have trucked a bit further and made the scoreline a lot closer, because you look at it and they are 11 points short. You know,
there's not much. There wasn't really much ahead of the end.
They got the try from Johnny Matthews. They got a try from Rory Darge off the driving wall.
Ran right through them. Love it.
Yeah, running straight through them. And then they got the penalty try, Ty Byrne pulling down the maul. So Glasgow got a bit of a weapon in their maul, and I think that's something that a lot of teams are going to be looking out for now, and especially a lot of teams are going to be looking at maybe utilising against Munster, because that looks like a real weakness for Munster.
Just hit them with the driving maul.
Just the driving maul. Just in case
you might not beat them around the rest of the field, but yeah, take them off.
That's the thing, like that's what we love about our sport. If Munster are running around the park, just take it set piece. Yeah. Because the scrums, the driving mauls, everything, it was going Glasgow's way. But I feel
and they will start getting frustrated, which could lead to cards, which then leaves you with open space.
Yeah. I feel like Glasgow realised too late in the game that they were dominant at the ball, and then they kept going to it in that second half. And if they sort of realised a bit earlier, I think then we see them really push to win that game.
I agree. We're going to talk about it. I just need to state it because I can't listen to you I can't believe your hype anymore. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I can't believe my hype anymore. I
44. It's 10.
Listen,
What is
I
going
know,
on?
I know. I'll get my excuses out the way to start off with. Pretoria is a very hard place to go and play. The Bulls are a very good team. Blah 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 blah. You should not be losing that sort of that local, not a local derby, but that derby fixture by 34 points. Really, really frustrating, especially after a big win last week. Everything looked to be clicking, and then this week, everything just fell to shit. Like, really, it was really bad. It was a
I don't
point.
know what to say.
It wasn't even watchable. Like the one try we get was a penalty try and a lucky one at that because I first seen it and I thought it looked more like they had got pulled out into touch than a penalty try. But the ref awarded us a penalty try. I'm being harsh now. I'm doing the tough love approach,
How far I like it.
but just a yellow card in the first half. And my God, just the Bulls capitalize on that yellow card. Absolutely capitalize on it. And then they get a yellow card and we do nothing.
I think that's probably the more frustrating part is when you have the advantage and you don't do anything with it.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to take a bit of a dig at John Plumtree here. Like his excuse after the game was the Springboks are a bit rusty still.
No, they're not.
And I was like, did you not watch your own game last week where the Springboks literally just transformed our team into a real competitor in this league? And now this week, with those same Springboks playing, it just fell to shit. And you saw the likes of Kane and Moody and Villy LaRue for the Bulls tearing it up. Aka van der Merwe. How do you let a front row forward, a hooker, score from a chip and chase? How do you do that?
Because of his surname. It's in the genes.
Yeah, it's
I,
really
I just want to point out, right? When this season started, Edinburgh appointed Sean Everett as head coach. You text me saying, "Ha ha, good luck with that one." Well, the joke is on you because evidently the problem was the
But do,
players.
do you know what? Yeah, but the thing is, it feels, and I hate to say it because I know every single one of those players on that team is a very capable, very good player.
Mm.
And obviously, we've got friends from the show. We've got old Berta Chamberlain there as well, who honestly I feel like should just be given the starting jersey, um,
Okay.
at the 10 jersey because I just don't feel like our it's working at 10 at the moment. I don't want to name names because I do genuinely like all of those players, but it's not working. And is it the coaches? Well, you don't know because Sean Everett he got fired because it wasn't working after that embarrassing loss to Cardiff, and then we just continue to perform shit, and we get a new coach, and we continue to perform shit. So is it? I don't know. Anyway, that's my rant over.
There's no good answer. Anyway, moving on. There is no good answer, but Scarlett's
Scott
getting a bit. Yeah.
getting a big win away. They've done Cardiff twice this season.
By the way, that has the most blatant red card I think I've seen this season.
Oh yeah,
You do not. The fact that
genuine
people
red
were
card.
debating it, there's people genuinely like, oh, the game's gone soft. No, he went over the horizontal. No, the
Yeah,
vertical,
it
sorry,
was it was it was a tip straight bath, just bath.
and right on the head. Showed friend again, Ben Whitehouse, referee, man in the middle, made the right call. Absolutely,
Um,
100% a red card.
I want to just give a bit of a shout out to a couple of Scarlet players. Gareth Davis, you talked about aging like fine wine. He is still the forefront scrum half for Scarlets, especially when you've got players like Kieran Hardy knocking the door. And in terms of fly halves, I mean, the Scarlets boast Sam Costello, which for a long time he's made Welsh caps and whatnot. Johan Lloyd. Johan Lloyd has really, really proven himself to be something special as well. Um, Next game I want to talk about Lions versus Dragons because I'm very excited about this Lions team because this Lions team is giving me Lions back in Super Rugby when the Lions were an absolute force to be reckoned with in Super Rugby. This is what this team has given me.
Fair
And
enough.
this team is everything I want the Sharks to be. But the reason I think it's working for the Lions is because they've built the team, they've built a small base of experience. You know, you've got the likes of the Bone Collector, Willem Elbert. You've got a Marius Lowe in there as well. You've got oh Christ, it's escaping my head now. Anyway, but then you've got young players coming in like Hendricks, like Lombard. You've got Sanele Nohamba that they poached from us, and he's flourished at the Lions. Van der Berg as well. He's taken to the 9 jersey beautifully. You've got Frankie Horn, who I think could be the next number 8 for South Africa quite easily, because he's looking like the best number 8 in the competition at the moment, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Really, really good. Really good. And with a man down from the 26th minute.
There you go.
Red carded, and they still demolished them.
Says it all, really, doesn't it?
Very, very glad to see the Lions performing well. At least I've always got the Lions to fall back on.
No, you can't. No, don't switch.
I absolutely can, Murray.
No, you can't.
It's like you were Connacht.
I have a soft spot for Connacht. I'm not.
I have a soft spot for the Lions.
Right. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Anyway, the Stormers come back. They get a big win against Zeb. Well, I say a big win. It didn't feel like a big win. It's 31-7 is the final scoreline. It looked very, very.
It was 19-7.
It was 19-7 at half time. I mean, we did see the return of a Manny Lebok and a Damien Willems, both of which played very well. Manny Lebok.
What I'm hearing is the returning Springboks are not rusty. It's just your ones that aren't.
I don't think our ones are rusty, because I think Etzebeth and Lucanio were the best players on that pitch for us. But yeah, the Stormers would be happy to get a win at Stellenbosch. What a view at Stellenbosch, by the way. Just playing under Table Mountain, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, they get a win after 4 games in a row losing.
They had a really poor tour.
Yeah, very poor tour. Probably the worst tour that I think the Stormers have ever been on. Yeah, they'll be looking to find their form now. I think they'll definitely be looking to find their form. Ulster versus Edinburgh. What a win for your boys away. What a win.
Oh, my God. The first time since 2018.
It wasn't even a first-string team as well.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. I mean, we had some big heavy hitters out there, of course.
Yeah.
Pierre Schumann. Jamie Ritchie getting player of the match. Ben Healy. Ben Healy was actually pretty quiet. I think this is actually the first game he was very quiet. But James Lan making 14 out of 14 tackles.
Clinical.
He's jinxed himself, though. Last week against Benetton, he got denied a try because the ball was on the line. This week, he got denied a try because his foot was on the line. James, sort out,
he just can't score tries.
Oh, man. But yeah, big win. First time since 2018 since we've won in Belfast, and the first time in 10 meetings since we beat Ulster.
Happy days, you love it.
And we are now 5th in the league. I love
it. Sean Everett, please come back.
Nope. You've had him. You threw him out. You chucked him to the dogs, and he was safe.
Benetton, Murray.
That's what they do at home, anyway.
Benetton in the playoffs. Let's see it. Let's see it happen.
Go for it.
They are the only other team to have only 1 loss, other than Leinster.
Bloody Glasgow as well.
They've got a draw. Okay, whatever. But Benetton, where are they in the standings? They are sitting in 6th, and I don't know. I feel like they should be higher than 6th, because they've been winning a lot of games without bonus points granted. But yeah, do you know what? Do you know what it's nice to see? Because for me, the Scottish-Italian Shield always felt like a bit of a cop-out, because you look at the Irish Shield and you think, Christ, Connacht have to play the likes of Munster, Ulster, Leinster twice, whereas
you have to play Zebra twice.
Get to play Zebra and Benetton twice. And at the start, you're like, those are just easy points. Not anymore.
Not anymore,
for
no.
both teams. In all fairness,
For
like
all teams involved this season, especially because Zebra's in a rough spot now because they're
Liverpool's in a rough spot, yeah, but I feel like that obviously they've got wins and they got a win and a draw this season, and
Yeah.
now it's hard to find a bonus point against them, whereas before it would be an assured bonus point.
Whereas Benetton beat Edinburgh.
Benetton are just good. They're just like genuinely now Benetton, and I'm not even saying this because I love Benetton. They are genuinely just a very good team at the moment. A lot of Italian internationals in there, just playing some really, really good rugby.
Let's just play good rugby. And again, we've spoken about it this whole episode about players that had to find new homes
Yep.
because of Wasps and Irish and all that folded. Jacob Umanga, Paulo Doglu at Benetton, carving it up.
Oh my god!
And it's just, it's actually just refreshing to see that these players were kind of taken like, yeah, okay, we'll take you, thinking nothing of it, and now they're all like first names on the team sheet. That's great. I love it. I'm all for it.
Anyway, now, Murray, how bad would it feel? You're in the lead in the dying minutes of the game to beat probably the best team in Europe, maybe one of the best teams in Europe. You've got a line out. All you have to do is to secure your line out, and you win the game essentially. And it's not straight.
Oh, shit would get broken.
Because that's what happened to Connacht.
You couldn't write it this game. Connacht, you had Leinster dead to rights. You did.
You had Leinster shook.
Yep.
With two yellow cards as well, you had Leinster shook.
Yep. Oh yeah, I had to message our friend Pete Dooley about that. You got yellow cards. Like, Peter.
It was I saw this halftime score.
Yep.
And because I didn't watch the first half, I saw the halftime score and I was like, oh, okay, Christ. Let's have a look.
It was a good game. It's just, you know what?
So I watched the second
half. It was one of them I actually felt it. You know how you could hear it just went, the crowd just died.
It's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? It's a tough one. But Leinster get another win. But to be fair, just like that's what big teams do. Even when they're performing badly, they find a way to win, and that's what Leinster did. They capitalized on a Connacht mistake and they won the game, and it's as simple as that. Unfortunately,
what happened to us last week? Sorry. Anyway, we have got predictions, but not for the URC, not for the Prem. European continental rugby is back.
We'll start with a little Barbie competition, the Challenge Cup. I say Barbie competition, but it's going to be the one that you and me are watching mostly because
we're in this one.
I know it feels terrible, but you've got a tough one. You've got a tough one because there's one place that's near impossible to play away from home
on a European night.
On a European night, it's Clermont.
Fuck!
Clermont without Damien Penaud, though. So you've got.
Oh, I'm saved. No, back your team. You know what? We are in the right. We're going the right way. We're going in the right direction. The depth we're showing now, the grit we're showing in games, to not just heads down, give up. Back your team as always, but I'm quietly confident that we could struggle, and it won't be the first time we've toppled a French giant in France.
I am sorry, Murray, but I'm gonna have to go with Clermont. I'm gonna have to go with Clermont. It's a tough game to win for your boys. Very tough game to win.
It is, but it's gonna be that's so much sweeter when we do.
The next fixture is gonna be juicy because we have a new team.
We have
the Georgians, the Black Lions, in the Challenge Cup, the invitational team from Georgia versus Gloucester. We have Lions versus Lions.
But it's in Georgia.
It's in Georgia. It's because I've never seen the Black Lions play.
Never. Couldn't tell you.
I know a lot of the big names in that team, but
the only thing I have to critique about them, just based off the website, that logo needs changed. That is.
I like it. It's simple. I do like it.
It's all right.
And it looks clean on the kit as well. I like their kit. Their kit is very clean.
There's that one for the list, is it? You know what? Just for fun, let's just go to. I'm just going to back the Black Lions.
Yeah. Um.
It will be a Gloucester win, most likely.
Yeah, it's gonna be Gloucester, but you never know. No team's ever
I
played.
can't tell. I can't. Yeah, it's a tricky one to
They
do.
don't know what's gonna happen, and they've got the benefit of being Georgian, and that gives you an automatic physical advantage over most other people.
Plus, I don't know what again. It's all blank. I don't know what.
That's the thing. You don't know what to expect from them.
I'll definitely be tuning in. I'm very excited by it.
It'd be interesting. It'd be a very interesting one to watch. Another interesting one to watch is another invitational team, but a team that we've seen last year and a team that I've seen plenty from the Curry Cup and All Super Rugby. The Zebre host the Cheetahs. The Cheetahs re-invited again.
The Cheetahs are based out in Amsterdam for some reason.
Just let them play.
That's what I don't get. Like, we have South African teams in the comp now.
We've got them in the competition. Just let them. Why the Georgians are playing in Georgia? Yeah. Why can't the Cheetahs play? I mean, the Cheetahs are going to their home from last season because that's where Zebre were based.
Yeah, it's like a home for home. But so
it's annoying. But it's a tough one because the Cheetahs. I mean, they've lost a handful of players from transfers at the start of the season to everyone, really. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of squad they put out.
Zebre for a win.
I'm going to give Zebre the benefit of the doubt playing at home. I'll give Zebre the win over the Cheetahs, but I could see the Cheetahs also playing very, very well. Curry Cup champions.
Mm-hmm. Good on Cam.
Sharks versus Poe. And
can you handle Sam Whitelock and his brother?
Oh, easy.
With Joe Simmons at 10.
Oh,
how niche is that for a team?
It's weird, isn't it?
It's so weird.
What's Sam Whitelock's brother? Ben? Is it Ben Whitelock? Plays number 8.
Luke Whitelock.
Luke Whitelock. That's it.
I'm just going to quickly look at their team.
Listen.
I'm just curious,
if it was last season, I would have said, we'll thrash them. But this season, as I said before, in the top 14 table, they're pretty high up. They're like up there in the top 14 table.
You're not, are you?
I will back my boys. I will, even though it's very hard to back them to win. I was tempted to say I can't back them to win until they show me that they can win. But I am going to back the boys to win at home. Yeah, Sharks to win. I got to. Hopefully we can pull our shit together.
So I'm just looking through the ranks. They've got Sam Whitelock, obviously one of the best All Blacks ever.
Yep.
Most capped All Black
ever. Most capped All Black ever.
Becca Gagodza from Georgia. Mm-hmm. He's not with the Black Line, so there's a little few for Gloucester there. Luke Whitelock, like I've mentioned. The backs, you've got. This team is so weird. You've got Joe Simmons.
Yep.
Former Exeter chief. This team, you've got Dan Robson, the former scrum half from Wasps and Sale and Bath. What?
What is a weird one, isn't it? You never thought you'd see Sam Whitelock and Joe Simmons playing in the same team. But I think Eben Etzebeth gets to go up against Sam Whitelock for another time.
One more
time. Next game, Casts hosting Scarlets.
Scarlets because Casts don't have the tank. We've won this.
I think Casts are going to win. They've been looking good this season. They've been looking
good. Don't let the top 14 fool you because they always do well. And then every time they come up to Europe, 50, 55 minutes on the clock.
I'm backing them.
They just look burnt out. This next game, we've just had this game.
Literally just had this game. Benetton to do it again.
In Swansea.
Swansea.
Yeah, Benetton. Why
not? Yeah, Benetton, get the win. Absolutely. Dragons versus Oyonnax.
I can't pronounce it. I've never.
Neither can I. They're also doing decently.
Huh?
They're also doing decent. I think they're going to win.
The only player I know that plays for them is Roy Sutherland.
Yeah.
So we'll go for that.
Okay. Perpignan hosting the Lions.
Ooh, Perpignan's a weird team as well. They've got Tommy Allen and all that.
Lions are going to run rampant in France.
I'm going to go Perpignan.
This team is clicking. Oh, come on, Murray. The Lions are
The Lions are good. Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
on
Lions.
top of the world right now. Lions to run rampant. And then
Okay.
Newcastle hosting Montpellier. And you know what? I think Newcastle are going to win because Montpellier have been absolute dog shit this season. They are in the relegation spot at the moment in the season.
That's what you get for taking all the Chiefs. Ha!
Imagine Montpellier being relegated to Pro D2.
Sunday has to go down. Yeah, nah. We'll go for the boys in the Doon. We'll go for Newcastle.
Yeah, I'll go Newcastle as well, just because Montpellier have been absolute dog.
The big one.
Oh, the big one, and neither of our teams are playing in it. How depressing.
I'm okay with it. There's, like the way we're cooking now, I'm okay with not being in Champions Cup this year. Because
I mean, we don't deserve to be in the Champions Cup.
you barely deserve Challenge Cup, to be honest with you.
Mate.
Sorry. But yeah, I just think it might be one step too far for us.
I'll be supporting. Who will I be supporting in the Champions Cup? After either Leicester Tigers or the Bulls. I don't want the Stormers to do it because they're cocky bastards.
Okay.
Them Cape Tonians. Damn them. Connacht versus Bordeaux. Connacht hosting. Got to back the Connacht boys. Bordeaux are looking very good at the moment. And obviously they have that attacking weapon that is Damien Penaud. Maxime Lucu at scrum half. Is Madosh Tambwe still playing for them? I think so. You've got the likes of Madosh Tambwe and Damien Penaud on the... Oh, disgusting. But I think Connacht will do it.
Yeah, I'm going Connacht.
I think Connacht will do it. Bring out all the big guns. Bundiaki, Hansen, all of them. Just bring them out.
That goes back, but we need Bundy as well.
Glasgow versus Saints. This could be a juicy one.
They always Glasgow paired as well. These two teams always seem to bump into each other.
Who's looking on better form at the moment? I'd probably say Glasgow.
I think again it's at home. Scotstoun is
at home, yeah, and that home advantage. No. I'll back the Warriors.
Yeah, so
your young Chiefs are taking the trip to Toulon.
Challenge Cup winners. Yeah. Oh, Chiefs, obviously. But why is both my teams in France?
I'm gonna have to back Toulon. Sorry, Murray.
No liking you so far.
Bath versus Ulster. Bath
yeah.
at home. It's. I can't wait to see Bath just run rampant in this.
That actually might be the game to show you where Bath really are.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Toulouse versus Cardiff.
Burkingham gets hat-trick on debut.
I could see it happening. Yeah, I could see Toulouse just putting a big score on Cardiff. This next one I'm so excited for. The Bulls in Pretoria hosting Saracens. I tell you what.
Please do it.
They might have defeated us, but that South African camaraderie is coming into effect. Bulls, I hope you put 60 past the Saracens.
You know, I'm loving this because both these teams have lost Edinburgh in their last meeting. Oh, yes.
I hope the Bulls in the Highveld in Pretoria, just big Afrikaans men, just beat the Saracens, please. Just batter them.
I am all for it. I want Akker van der Merwe to step Owen Farrell.
Akker van der Merwe, and he'll have a bit of a bone to pick with Saracens for the Premiership final. There we go.
There we go.
Munster versus Béron.
Munster
to win, yeah, at home. Bristol versus Lyon.
Oh, take the game.
Because Lyon were exciting to watch in the Challenge Cup last year.
Thing is, Bears have that excitement about them.
Bears at home as well. Come on,
No,
Murray.
I want them to keep proving wrong. I'm going to go Leon.
I'm gonna go Bears.
Oh, you cave too easy.
I gotta go Bears. Sale versus Stade Français.
Um,
I'm gonna back Sale. Yeah, they got battered by the Quins, but they're still top of the Premiership table. They're playing at home.
Sale, yeah.
Yeah, gotta go Sale. This one's gonna be juicy, Murray.
We're running it back.
This one's gonna be very juicy.
Guess what?
Leicester Tigers versus hosting the Stormers.
What? No, I was on the. Oh, never mind. I got all hyped up about nothing there. Anyway,
What do you mean? This is gonna be a fixture and a half.
Yeah. Tigers are going to win. That's not the game I was looking at.
Okay, I also predict the Tigers to win because you know what, those Cape Townians are far too cocky for my liking. Yeah, back your South African brethren, but I am backing my South African brethren. Andre Pollard. Yeah. But yeah, Tigers to get the win there. Yeah, this next one juicy. La Rochelle versus Leinster.
That's the one I was on about. I was getting hyped about like running it back.
They're gonna do it again, aren't they? Come on, La Rochelle. Do it again.
I'm just gonna sink the teeth in a little bit. You just couldn't get it done with Sexton. You're definitely not doing it without.
No.
La Rochelle, big win.
Well, they were without Sexton in the final last year as well, to be fair.
But he still got the big stories out of it. Like,
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he storms onto the pitch again, even in retirement.
Comes out of retirement, out of the fan seats. What do you call that for a decision, Ryan?
Oh yeah, La Rochelle, come on. They have such a good winning record over Leinster in current years, especially in finals. Yeah. And another exciting one, Racing. Another repeat is Racing versus Harlequins.
Last year was a disappointment. This year, I feel like this could be very tasty. I think it's going to be a battle between Henry Arundel and Marcus Smith. And I know that sounds stupid because they're in different positions, but it's going to be like one-upmanship. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to give Steve Borthwick the bigger headache?
I just want to see Sia Khaleesi.
Oh, of course.
Just perform.
There's more South Africans that play for Quins, just saying.
I don't care. I don't like those ones. I'm talking about my captain. How many Springboks play for Quins? Andre Esterhuizen.
How many Springboks? Oh, yeah, like one.
Yeah, Racing have two.
Trevor and Yankani. Yep. I'm going Racing, but not for the same reasons you are.
I'm going Racing because I like the look of their kit.
Well, that's a shit reason, but okay. That's a horrible reason to back a team. But well, I say that's rugby. We have had news this week.
Disappointing news again.
Oh, this has to stop.
It has to stop. It's a stain on it. It's the one thing that I absolutely hate about our game at the moment. It's disgusting.
We've lost Wayne Barnes due to online abuse. I know that he said he was probably hanging it up anyway, but the threats to his family and all that probably sent him over the edge. Yeah. Then we've lost Owen Farrell in the Six Nations. I don't even like Owen Farrell, but that is massive.
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous.
Now, it gets to the point now where like players like that are stepping out of big tournaments, and you're thinking like everyone struggles with mental health.
Yep.
Imagine, and I mean, I'm just talking about ordinary people like you and me, Murray. Imagine just having hundreds and hundreds of people hurling abuse at you online every single day.
Yeah. No.
On top of just day-to-day normal struggles, especially for athletes, you know.
And now we've lost World Cup final TMO Tom Foley from international.
Foley's gone, and again because just being hurled abuse at.
Fucking arseholes are sending death threats to his family.
It's disgusting.
I've said this to you. I don't know if I've ever said it on an episode. I don't understand how you can go from shit, we got beat, to fuck you, I hope you die. I don't get how you get to that point of anger.
You know what it is? And like, regardless of what, if you thought the TMO robs the All Blacks of a victory, regardless if you thought the referee robbed the All Blacks of a victory, you lost the game. Suck it up.
It's all these muppets. User 29, whatever.
Suck it up. And if you are going to send someone death threats, grow a pair of balls and do it with your real name.
Or, just don't. Just
don't do it. And it's
such
a stain on our game. It really, and it's part of the game where I think, like, if there was going to be anything that just put me off rugby union, it would be
the toxic fans.
It'd be the toxic fans. And you talk about, get sports like football or whatnot. You have the culture of hooliganism and violence at games and whatnot.
We're not a violence in games.
I personally think this is worse than violence in person, because this you are targeting someone every single day. Yeah, every single day they are opening their social media and they are seeing death threats against them, their family, their children.
It's not even that. You're ruining it for. I'm trying to look at, like, not even a big issue, but you're ruining it for everyone else. Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to actually message a player, coach, referee, just to get them on a podcast, and then people do this shit, and then so they're not going to answer. They don't want to talk to anyone.
And it's a shame, because I mean, obviously the TMOs don't usually get too much limelight because they are in the background, but Tom Foley has been in the scene for years.
I think he's an all right ref.
I think he's a very good, capable ref. And at the end of the day, he makes a decision. But everyone seems to think that they are qualified referees. And
it really annoys the shit out of me, because Edinburgh Benetton last week, for example, Amy Barrett-Theron. So she's already going to get tighter than most because she's a female, which I don't understand. She's obviously there for a reason, because she's good at her job.
Qualified, isn't she? Yeah.
Better than most as well. Just to put that out there. Her and Holly Davidson. But because she's a female, it adds... Oh, shit, sorry. It adds...
It adds a sense of, she doesn't know what she's doing.
It's the older generation. I don't give a shit if the referee's female. More power to you. If you can referee a game at that level, male, female, whatever your preference is, cool. I couldn't referee. I don't have the patience for it.
I'm an official referee. I was going to do a gag with my whistle at some point, but this is my official WRU referee's whistle, because I am a qualified referee for under 10s. But
I don't like. It must take a lot to basically just stand there and take a lot of shit from players and essentially be the bigger person all the time. But I met Amy Theron after the game, because we are trying to get her on the show. I just need approval. She's approved. I just need South African rugby to approve. So
yeah,
hurry up. But she was like,
word to the boys.
She was like, it's nice to see a friendly face and all the mess. I'm like, it shouldn't be like this.
It shouldn't be. And you know what? I really think that the way it continues right now, we're going to see more referees just say it's not worth it.
It's not. There is no job on earth that's worth all that.
No.
If you as an online, not you personally, Cam, the general you, if you're one of these people that are giving shit to like Wayne Barnes or Ben O'Keefe and that online, and you go into your Tesco and you get dogs abused by your manager, you gonna sit there and take it? No. And it's not okay in any walk of life. Just because they're professional doesn't mean they're bulletproof. We have learned that. Again, I'm trying not to plug us, but go and watch interviews we've had with Ben O'Keefe, with Luke Pearce. It's not fucking easy.
No. Especially in a sport that we have, where it is one of the most complicated sports in the world to learn every single little rule there is.
You know what's mental? When I actually agree with Matthew Renal, that professional referees get 95% of the game correct, But the 5% wrong is the thing that everyone goes nuts about.
And I also just feel like in terms of the TMO, I just want to like I remember back. Well, I don't personally remember, but I remember the sort of outfall or the fallout, should I say, of the 2007 World Cup, where obviously there was that infamous forward pass,
Yeah.
and fans were crying for a TMO to check these things.
That's because the TMO wasn't allowed to use that back then.
And fans were calling for it to be more present in a game to make sure that things like that don't happen, to make sure teams aren't robbed of games. And now we're at a point now where, yes, okay, I agree, maybe the TMO is overused, but it's a part of our sport that, like you said, 95% of the time ends up being a right decision.
Yeah. Just because your team, like me and Cam can vouch for this, if our teams get beat, it does ruin our day.
Oh, it ruins it. And during the game, believe me, I'm sitting there right there thinking, oh, come on, ref, that was a shit decision. Come on, give us a break, ref. Yes.
You stop it there. You don't directly message Ben. We'll just use Ben. We love Ben. Like you're not watching a game. Ben's made a decision for, let's say, Scotland, South Africa. Penalty to Scotland. You're not there messaging them going, that's a bullshit call. Fuck you. Fuck your family. Hope you're not.
No.
And if you're that angry, you're actually the problem. It's not the referee's fault.
But anyway,
our fault.
It's something that we have to get out of our sport. I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
Because
it feels like every season we always have to have the same conversation every single season. Just to all of, anyone watching this, anybody watching this on TikTok, anybody watching this, listen to this on Spotify, watch it on YouTube. Just if you ever feel the urge to do that, just don't, and just suck it up. And because at the end of the game, and I know it's more than a sport for a lot of us, but at the end of the day, it is just a game, and we got to realize that, and we got to get on with our lives. So,
the world didn't stop turning because the All Blacks lost. Like, hello, we're all still here.
Yeah, but anyways, that's that. Unfortunately, another shit way.
It's a shit way to end it, but
it needed to be said.
It did,
and I think the more people who say it, maybe the more the message will get pushed.
I hope so. I do.
But anyways, I think that's about it for this week.
That is it. We've done Prem, we've done URC, we've done Sevens, we've done build up to the Champions and Challenge Cup returning. So spoil for next week's going to be lots of continental rugby, more Sevens because Cape Town Sevens is on as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's some cheerier news next week.
Yeah, like the Blitz box and the Sharks winning.
Steady. Christ.
Anyways, cheers guys, and see you next week, I suppose.
See you later.